I seen someone going through cardiac arrest at a hospital before, but he said that seen that body on the ground. That was just like scriptures, you know, because they didn't even have it covered or anything.
I mean, it's running now, but we can still wait for him to get back. Just to make sure it catch up with the fucking.
Yeah, we can make sure that.
You know, I just popped in like those scriptures saying that these bodies are just gonna be laying down.
Yep. And it's gonna be to the point where, that's a thing around every corner.
Psalms 91.
Yep.
Oh, we can read it tonight, bro. I was thinking about all night, Psalm 91. Like we can read the whole chapters tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was just for me, just not to be comfortable. Like you're comfortable, you need to see something, get your spirit.
Yep.
Yep, there it is right there. We on.
Try to afflict you any way I can, basically.
We good.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory as always unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. We're going to give double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone, who through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai are leading the whole nation of Israel well today.
That's right.
All right, whether you can receive that or not, and peace, love, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect of the house of Israel who are pushing this truth in sincerity and in charity and in faith. We're gonna just go ahead, man. It's New Year's Eve, and we're heading into a new year. That Lord willing, this be our last year, man. But one thing we were talking about prior to starting up this video is where are all you guys at with your 200-year prophecy, man?
Exactly.
You got about what time is it? They got a few hours for that prophecy to be fulfilled, man.
We got about 5 hours.
Yep.
About 5 hours left. The mark of the beast still ain't come to pass. You know what I'm saying? Martial law ain't break out. Jacob's trouble ain't happened yet, but it's supposed to be at 2019 though. So that proves that you guys are false prophets.
Give them 6 hours just so the people out in California.
Yeah, right. So we was like the bro was talking about earlier this year. So what's gonna happen now? The prophecy of the 400-year doctrine ain't come to pass. Now what? You fall out, you give up, you turn back, you turn your back on the plow. You see? Hey,
I'm gonna bring this out, guys.
Hey, real quick. And how's the sound? Can you brothers hear clear? Just seeing somebody on it. Con, we good. Alright, the water up. Oh, yeah, we good.
Con.
You got it, bro.
This is Psalms 54:1. Save me, O Yahweh, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O Yahweh. Give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set Yahweh before them. Selah. Behold, Yahweh is mine helper, and Yahweh is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth.
And that's what's about to happen, man. The Most High is about to cut off our enemies, man. Esau is persecuting us. Esau is coming against us, demonizing us. You know what I'm saying? Saying all manner of false accusations against us, falsely. But at the end of the day, it's not written for this devil to prevail, man. It's written for the elect of Israel to overcome all this hell that we're about to go through, man. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And it will be done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, not by carnal means. You see?
I'm going to read verse 5 again. 54:5, Psalm. He shall reward evil unto mine enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Yahweh, for it is good. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
Who delivered us out of all trouble? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Letting you know we're not going to do this by our own means or by our own power because we have none. You know? Everything is gonna be done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, not by going to pick up guns, get no fucking bulletproof vest, or trying to overthrow Esau. None of it is not gonna happen that way, man. We're gonna be saved and delivered by Yahweh Shem Yahushua and none else, man. You see?
And even these heathen and these 2/3, you know, Yahweh's putting the spirit upon their all flesh. So even these people can feel this vibration, this change in the air, you know. And you know, like the elders always say, this thing is about to speed up, you know.
Yep.
You know, 2020, you know,
man.
this is a new decade.
And it's already starting hot, man. You got these so-called Jews arming themselves because of all these false flags that's happening, man. It's about to heat up. Race wars is about to pop off. You see? Let's go into that.
Matthew.
I got a precept.
Read it out.
This is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. It says, "For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many."
And that's what Yahweh Shai is bringing, man. Yahweh Shai is bringing great destruction upon this place, man. For all the wickedness that goes on in this place each and every day, every second, every hour of the day, Yahweh Shai is bringing righteous judgment finally, man. That's what, and this misconception that you people have about the Messiah coming to do what? To love everybody, to save everybody. That's not what's written in the prophecies, man. That's not what the scriptures say. The scriptures say Yahweh Shai is coming back to bring judgment, man. And he's going to do it righteously because the world is wicked. You see? The world is wicked, man. You see, and you people love it to be so. But we're telling you, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that he's sending his only begotten son to put a stop to that, man. You see? He's going to judge all flesh by what? By fire and his sword, man. Yahweh Shai is coming to slay. Yahweh Shai is coming to kill, man. You see?
Especially during their wicked holiday season, you know.
Especially.
We've been seeing a lot of judgment. I saw an article of a judge who was a female judge, which shows you out of order. And she died at her vacation spot in her hot tub. You know, she drowned in that thing. And this was a judge. You know what I mean?
They just had that other Edomite, the owner of what was it? The owner of like Starbucks or something, a big company,
Big
like
corporation.
Domino's.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
It died in a snorkeling accident.
God.
That's
Judgment.
Yahweh judging these heathen.
Oh, man.
God, and I'll bring this out, what you were talking about.
You got it, bro.
This is Matthew 24:6. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
All this must be so, man. All this is happening according to prophecy. So the true men of the Lord, we're not terrified by these things that's happening, man. We're rejoicing in this because everything that we have been reading and believing and having faith in, we're seeing it come to pass now. You see, we're seeing all the things happen. All this with the so-called Jews arming themselves, man. That's the race wars being kindled, man. You see, that's the Most High putting the sparks on the kindle, and that shit is about to blaze, man.
God.
You see.
Yeah, you get the Edomites worked up with the impeachment of Donald Trump,
Yep,
which really wasn't an impeachment, but you know what I mean. Just the thought of it, just saying that really riles up the spirit of these Edomites.
Yo.
You know.
You got one dude who said if he get impeached, I'm gonna talk with my 357 Madden. So these Edomites is ready to kill, man. You know, they seeing red, man. They're like a bull right now.
Yeah, it don't take much for the Edomite either to rile him up. You know, he's a natural born killer. You know?
Hey,
you know.
That's why King David said, "What, man? Protect me from the bloody man."
God, his enemies.
Yep.
This is 24:7, Matthew. "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." God.
You see? Oh, you got it.
No, go ahead.
Cause, man, this ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even got. It really ain't even got hot yet, man.
God.
This is still real, like you know, you put something in the pot and it starting to simmer. It really ain't to that full boiling point yet, man. These are the beginning of sorrow. It just gets worse from here on out, man. You see, this place is gonna get worse before it gets better.
really the beginning of Jacob's trouble. You know, that hasn't even popped off completely yet, you know.
Oh, my bad.
No, we feel like we're, we see in the signs, but pretty soon, you know, these words and these scriptures are going to come to pass in Babylon, America. You know, you're going to see pestilence. You're going to see people starving. You know, that's where they get that zombie stuff from. You know, they want, you know, that's what it's going to be. These Edomites are going to be the first zombies, man. You know, bring it out.
I see we're going in the spirit, right? This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
God, right? He didn't write these down just for his health, you know. Yeah. He wrote this down because this stuff is coming to pass. Yep. You know, and there's nothing that no man can do to diverse these prophecies. You know.
Yep. And just because you don't believe, matter of fact, they get to it.
Yeah.
Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You see? So the Most High don't care if you don't believe, man. Because at the end of the day, his word is going to come to pass, just like in Romans 3:3, man. You see? Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You see?
So it's that you would bring the sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. So not just a famine like you had the Black Plague back in the day, man. It's gonna be worse than that. It's gonna be worse than just a genocide happening. Let me grab this quick step on here. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So concentrating on that first half, man. Anything that's happened prior to this point in history is not nearly as worse as Jacob's trouble is going to be, man. So anytime that you ever had in history, even the slavery upon the northern and the southern kingdom, man, isn't even going to be as bad, or wasn't even as bad as what we're going to see, man. So just like the brother was saying, it's just barely simmering. All right, we still got a whole lot to go through, man. But it tells you at the end, it gives you that little bit of sweetness, man, along with the bitter. But he shall be saved out of it. You see, the elect are going to be saved, man.
That's right. That balance.
Yep. But Job had boils. I saw a picture today, and it showed the type of boils they had in the, around the time of Job's time. Yeah. And this whole dude's face, man, looked like a watermelon inside out, because it was that type of boil that was common around those times. So they're saying that might have been the same type of boils. And it said that he had them head to toe. Yeah.
And you know what? The thing is during Jacob's trouble, you're not going to have the luxury of going to a hospital bed. Oh, no. You know what I mean? They're all going to be full, or not even existent. Non-existent.
All the luxuries that you Americans enjoy now, all that's about to be done away with soon come, man. All that going back and forth to the grocery store and, you know what I'm saying, being able to take hot showers and flush the toilet and just having the basic things that you people take for granted, all that's going to be taken away, man.
Just simple as hot water. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Something as simple as hot water. You ain't going to have that.
Yeah, this new year, man, is a good time to fast and start getting your mind ready for suffering, man.
Get ready to endure,
Yup.
This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the sons of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
That's how bad it's going to get, man. The archangel Michael is going to have to stand up in the field to defend the remnant of Israel, man. That's how bad it's about to get here. That divine intervention is going to have to take place, man. You know?
And the way we know that that's coming to pass is you see Donald J. Trump just last week, he made it official. He signed off on the 6th branch of the military, the Space Force. Yep. Showing you that the Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, he's preparing for war with Yahushua and his angels. And he's about to get fucked up, Yep. But his pride has him risen up so high that he literally believes that he can win a battle with the chariots.
What does it say about Esau's pride? That pride hath deceived thee. You see?
You want me to keep reading?
Yeah, just finish that up.
Even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Mm-hmm. And then who is that, man? That's the remnant of Israel. The 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3 that were ordained from the foundation of the earth to be put up out of this hell that's about to come upon the earth, man. You see, that's it. It ain't say nobody else, but besides those that are written in the book of life, man. And that's all, and that's only of Israel, man. Not you heathen nations, especially not you Edomites. Only the nation of Israel, man. That's it.
Because you Edomites are playing your part in these last days. You know? You're doing exactly what the scriptures said you would do. Yep. You know, you signed off on your Space Force. Yep. Y'all are fucking animals. Yep. You know, every day in the news you see a new Edomite case of bestiality. You know what I mean? You guys are playing your part right according to the scripture, right on cue. Yep. You know? And this is verse 2. Okay, that's it. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was going to keep on at 15. Because, I mean, this is the times that we're coming into, man. This is all a part of prophecy. Is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Let me get a precept real quick. Just on that verse you just read. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right, so what did I read that last verse out?
2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
What you've had, man, is this bill that Esau has created. Not only Esau, but the 2/3, the heathens. Yep. It's racked up and up and up and up until the point where this judgment's coming, man. Yep. And though we haven't seen, this judgment yet, I mean the heathen forgot the name Allah Shadi, man. They forgot the name of the Most High and the fear of the Most High, ultimately, man. But they've been building up this bill, and now it's time to pay it, man. Now it's time for their wickedness to finally be paid for.
You are not going punished, man. So 2 Ezra 15 and 8. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's the man of the Lord, man. That's what we're always complaining unto the Most High when we send up our prayers. When we out in the highways and byways, sighing and crying aloud, sparing not. When we do our sit downs, that's us crying unto the Lord, man. Day and night. That's why the Most High said what? Isaiah 62. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, that shall not hold their peace day or night. Till the Most High till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, man. You see? And that's what we're commanded to do.
And it's not only our souls, it's also the souls of the ones who have passed away.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Because
they're in their right mindset. Those people that have passed away in our families, they're better off than these 2/3, in our families. Because they're at least looking down, like saying, hey, these guys, listen to these guys. They know better, but they can't come out and tell their family members that don't want to hearken right now. Because it says that the souls of the ones who have passed, they don't hear the voice of the oppressor no more. They're at rest. But they're in the right mindset, just like these brothers here tonight. We're in our right mind, getting our mind right, through these Holy Spirit.
Verse 9, and therefore saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And that's talking about the remnant of Israel. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Let you know it's not talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about a new place called Egypt, man. You see? And will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High will bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail. Like you was talking about earlier, famine. Famine is coming, man. That's what's about to happen. Famine is coming to America. You see, through the blasting and hail and with a fearful consolation. And that's what's been going on in the Middle East, man. The farmlands in the middle, the farmlands in the Middle East where they growing the crops at, they can't even get their crops planted because so much rain fell, man. That's all the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, they only got 70% of the I don't even think it's 70% of the crops planted. It's less than that. So that what is that gonna bring forth? It's gonna bring forth famine because if you was paying attention when you went into these WalMarts a few months ago, they had signs up saying, "Oh, we're sorry for the inconvenience, but we have a shortage on this product." And that was all in the canned food section, man.
You had restaurants too that were running out of food that they normally never run out of.
Yep.
You know,
all these fucking food contaminations. Taco Bell, 2 billion pounds of ground beef had metal shavings in it. You had a fucking recall on pork. You ain't supposed to be eating that shit anyway. But you had a recall on pork. You had a recall on romaine lettuce. You had a recall on chicken and turkey. That's all the Most High, man. That's the Most High bringing forth that famine, man. So that convenience that you people once had of going to these stores as you once did, hey, that's about to be cut out real soon, man. You see?
And even tonight it was spiritual because I went into the produce section and
scary.
Everything was empty, man. I was like, I had to use some old ass cilantro for my salsa today because they didn't have no basic cilantro, you know. And I was like, damn, they're never out of cilantro.
That time is coming, man. All that damn that feeding your face you Americans do. You know what I'm saying? It's about to come to an end, man. You know what I'm saying?
It was spiritual, my bad.
No, you good.
No, but it was spiritual because I was like, dang, this place is the most crowded I've ever seen it, you know? Like I had a hard time finding a parking spot at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
And when I got inside to the produce section, literally I just seen all the produce bins were empty. Like I was like, I've never seen it like this, you know? So it was spiritual because we're on the eve of destruction, 2019, you know? And, you know, I mean, it couldn't have been for this heathen holiday, you know, it's very spiritual to see all that emptiness in that produce section.
Yup, and you people walk around here
thinking nothing's going to happen.
Yup, exactly. I'm going to keep going on a little bit more. Verse 14. No, you good, bro. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. Just like we was talking about earlier, the so-called Jews will armor themselves, man, because all these false flag anti-Semitic attacks is happening, man. And who are these people going to be targeting? Who are they going to be looking out for, ready to put their weapons on? Jake, man. You see, the same one that Esau is trying to put in the media as these the new face of terrorism, man. You see, we ain't doing shit to nobody, man. You see, Jake ain't never wanted no static with you heathen nations, man. They too busy killing each other. You see. So it's all bullshit, but race wars are coming, man. Race wars is coming, civil wars is coming, man. That's all prophesied in these scriptures. You see? And that shit could be that year that everything pops off, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, so we can get the fuck up out of here. You see? You have something, bro?
This is Isaiah, it's like 42 and verse 13. It says, Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself.
So just because the Most High ain't been sending out judgment the way you people thought it was supposed to come, like as soon as you do some wicked, you look around and see if something gonna happen. The Most High been holding his peace, man. He's good. He's allowing you to build up your tab. You see. So when he does bring that judgment, it's gonna be that more severe, man. You see. All this damn perversion that you people are promoting in the earth, you think you ain't gonna be paid back for that? Especially you Edomites, man. The Most High's about to put his foot in your ass, man.
Yeah, I just read a verse the other day. It was said that when the wicked increase, they're only increasing for the sword.
Yo, if they see the increase, it's increase for the sword.
And it shows you how close you are, man.
Yup.
It says, now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills, and dry up their herbs, and I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the poles. And what's that mean? That's famine, man. Famine. He's striking the crops and taking the water away, man.
That's what's coming, man. That's what's written in these scriptures. You see?
That's why it's going to come like a thief in the night to these heathen two-thirds. They're not diligent, you know. They're not in these scriptures, and they don't really put no value on this Bible.
This is verse 16 in 2nd Ezra chapter 15. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not. Hold on. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Meaning what? You're gonna have people going from house to house looking for food or any type of resource they can find, man. You see, this is the type of you see this stuff happen in movies. You people think that that's just a movie that can never happen, but we're telling you that's coming to pass, man. That's what's written in these scriptures to happen. You know, all this is written, all that shit you see in these movies, they got that from the scriptures, man. You see, and this is going to come to pass because the Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. You see. So 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Talking about what, man? Martial law. This going back and forth from city to city as you people do now, all freely and at your leisure, it's gonna be out, man. Martial law is gonna be instituted, and these highways and these interstates is gonna be shut down by the military, man.
The Homeland Security.
Yup. You don't want to go to a city, man. You gonna have some type of ID or the RFID chip, man.
And when all these plagues start coming to pass, you know, that's when people are gonna be like, oh, what does the Bible say about this? You know what I mean? But guess what? Let me bring this out real quick. This is Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh the power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. They shall. Okay, I'll let you break that down.
Yeah, man, and that's what's coming, man. All this time that you people, especially you Jakes, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all this time that you have been bullshitting and playing around, all on brothers' comment boards talking shit, scoffing and mocking. You see, you should have used this time wisely, man, because a time is coming when all hell is gonna break loose and the Most High is gonna pull back his prophets, man. And you ain't gonna have no answers on why this is happening or how you're supposed to get up out of the situation that you're in, man. Because you took this time and you used it for to please your flesh, man, instead of coming back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So when this famine of the word does hit, what's gonna happen, bro? What does it say they're gonna do?
Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh the power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh.
Keep reading some more.
And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to east, to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it.
They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. Meaning what? The Most High is going to pull back his prophets, man. And no longer is going to be, we're going to be out on the highways and byways telling you to get right with the Most High, telling you to turn back and repent, man. No. That time is coming to an end, man. The famine of the word is about to hit, and you people are going to be out here dying of thirst spiritually, man. Because you're not going to understand why Esau is kicking in your door and murdering your children, murdering your whole family. Why is this happening? You see, you had the prophets there to tell you why this was happening, man, but you refused to take heed. You see?
And that goes for you men in the truth, too, or for us, too. You know, we need to be diligent, and, you know, we can't be wasting our time doing bullshit, you know, while we have this time to learn from the elders and to, you know, learn from the other brothers in these other camps. You know, if you're diligent, that means if you're at your job and you have opportunity, hey, you're going to be watching videos, you know, you're going to be researching the scriptures that the brothers are bringing out, you know.
This ain't just a weekend thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We just don't do this for a hobby. You know what I'm saying? This is who we are, and this is what the Most High commanded us to do. You see, to be obedient and search out the old paths, man. The Most High said, search for me and you shall find me, man. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, you know? Man, putting forth our best foot to hopefully receive that salvation, man, because it ain't promised to none of us, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to fight. This is a fight, man. You know?
Bring it out.
This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but the third shall be lifted therein.
So two parts of the nation of Israel, which makes up the 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all you that refuse to turn back and repent unto the Most High, all you that refuse to take heed to this word, you're going to be cut off and die, man. That's what the Most High is going to do to 2/3 of his people, man.
God.
To cut you off and die, man.
So how much worse for the heathen?
Exactly.
You know?
You see, but that third part, you see, that 1/3 is going to be bought through that fire, man. You know what I'm saying? And they tried his gold, you know?
Precious.
Yup.
You want me to keep reading?
Precious, which means rare.
Verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, is my power.
Who is that talking about, man? That's talking about the 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3, man. You see, that's seeking Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, man. That's trying to get back in the good graces of the Most High. That's believing upon Yahweh Shai as we have been commanded to do, man. You see, the third part is seeking Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai because we know and understand that there is no way to get up out of this situation that we're in except for turning back unto the Most High. Disobedience got us in this situation, and obedience unto the Most High was disobedience got us in this situation, and obedience unto the Most High will get us out of this situation, man. You see, it's all about turning back and being obedient, man. You see, to the best of our ability, man. You see, the things we do, we do them, man. You see, but the things we can't control, we have to give it to the Most High and just, you know what I'm saying, pray that He has mercy. You know? You have something else, bro? Now a few more verses on this right here.
Bring it up.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
God.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
God. So Lord willing, that's dealing with that microchip coming out hopefully this year.
God.
You know, and put it as mandatory.
Yup.
Because that's what it's speaking of. You ain't gonna be able to go from city to city without having that microchip.
Yup.
You know.
That's gonna be the next. That's what they're trying to come up with, this real ID shit. You see that real ID is the next step into pushing forward that RFID chip, man.
God.
You know.
God, you ain't gonna be able to do shit without that microchip. You know. I can go back into 24, Matthew.
Oh, you got
Some more in there.
I got a
Go
couple
ahead.
cents.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 29. I'll go ahead and start on verse 29. It says, who hath woe, who hath sorrow, who hath contentions, who hath babbling, who hath wounds without cause, who hath redness of the eyes, they that tarry long at the wine, they that go and seek mixed wine. Look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth his color. Slovakia, make sure this is the right precept I was grabbing.
And that's going into them damn false doctrines, man. You know what I'm saying? No false doctrines, man. That's that strong wine, man. We're not supposed to be partaking in that, man. We're supposed to only be partaking in the wine of Yahweh Shai. You know, we can't bring in we ain't bringing in no motherfucking Islam into this truth, man, because we have nothing to do with Islam. That's what Hebrew Israelites, just the Hebrew Israelites, man. You see?
God. We're that remnant, man. Yep. Remnant means a minority. You know what I mean? It don't mean it's gonna be like the Nation of Islam is huge, man. We're not fucking with them, you know. We, like the brother said, we are the Hebrew Israelites. You know, we're in small number. We're that small remnant that hearkens to this truth.
Yep.
Slovakia, this is what I meant to grab. This is Proverbs 24 and verse 30. He says, I went by the field of the south, or Slovakia, of the slothful, and by the vineyard, the slothful being the lazy, and by the vineyard of the man, void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns. And this is what the works of the slothful or the lazy is likened unto, man. Which the slothful or the lazy would consist of you 2/3, man. Willing to do nothing for this truth. It says, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. That I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth.
What is that? What is that? I get to when I get to it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Because this ain't that ain't the time that we're in, man.
Yeah.
To be in that kind of spirit.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Because there might not be tomorrow.
Well, just like when Yahweh Shai walked the earth, hey, when the dude was like, the guy was like, hey, I gotta go bury my dad before I come follow you. And what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, hey, let the dead bury the dead. You know, because these people are dead, man.
Yeah.
If you're not doing what we're doing, you're dead. Right now, spiritually you're dead. But when the missiles come, you're gonna be physically dead. You know.
And your spirit is gonna be tormented in that
Kind.
fire, man.
Kind.
That was it on that.
That was it.
I'll bring some more of this out. This is Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
And this is the time that we're in, man. We see that Esau's coming with his propaganda machine, man. He's coming with smear campaigns. He's telling all kind of lies on us, trying to tie us to terrorism. You see, hey, that's not who we are, man. All we're doing is preaching the word, man. Like Yahshua Mama said, man. All we're doing is preaching the word, and you Edomites are losing your damn minds, man.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Hurts.
You can't. And especially these people claim to be God-fearing people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're truly God-fearing and we're bringing out the scriptures, what's the problem?
God.
It doesn't fit your agenda now. You see, because now it's tied to the true people of the book. And the Most High has put his Holy Spirit upon us to let you know what these scriptures are really talking about. God. And since we do that, we're going to be persecuted for the truth's sake, man. You see?
And we're bringing out this truth in boldness, too,
God.
man, you know?
God.
That's the spirit Yahweh put on us, is a bold spirit.
God.
A bold understanding spirit. This is Matthew 24:9, continuing on. And shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
And why is that, man? Because we're speaking the word. And like we always say, man, if we was coming in the name of Jesus Christ, it wouldn't be no problem. It wouldn't be no static. It wouldn't be no turmoil. We would be exactly what Esau wanted us to be. Just like these dumbass Christians, you Christians in these churches, man. Esau wants you to be in that mind state, man. He wants you to be dumbed down and calling on white Jesus, man. You see? But since we don't come in that spirit, we come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Esau can't do nothing with us, man. So he has to do what? He has to kill us, man. That's the next step. And the demonization of the Israelites is the beginning of that, man. To make us the face of terrorism, so Esau can be justified in coming against us, because now he has the people. He's using his propaganda machine, his media machine, to demonize us and get the people behind him to be justified in coming against us, man. Hey, this is the same fucking tactic that Esau uses with everybody that he wants to come against, man. Look at what he did to Syria. Look at what he did to Libya. Look at what Saddam Hussein. You see?
And he put in all his movies, they would mock the Arabs, in their movies. Oh, terrorist. He's a terrorist. And here we are. Now we're the next target.
You brothers ever seen The Long Kiss Goodnight? So in that movie, The Long Kiss Goodnight, they were setting up this biological attack, and you know who they put in the car to try to blame it on? An Ishmaelite, man. So all we're gonna do is blame it on the Arabs. You see? So now they're doing the same thing with us, man. That's why you got all these boiled out ass niggas coming out of nowhere talking about he went into a Amalekite's house. They was having a party and said, I'll get you, and started swinging the machete. What the fuck? That don't even make no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense at all, man.
And that's why all these nations are going to look down on Esau, because every nation looks down on Esau,
I got a precept for you. You got some more on that, bro?
Yeah, there's still some more.
Okay.
Verse 10, Matthew 24:10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Really, because now that this truth is coming to surface and coming to light, you even have some Edomites they're against these Edomites who really oppose us, because Esau's house is divided right now, and showing you the weakness and showing you that this Babylon America is ripe for the fall. You know.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I could keep going, but go ahead. I'll bring it out.
This is Matthew chapter 5 and 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Right, you should be suffering, man.
Yep.
The meek, not the top, not the those guys that are in power today, those Amalekian Edomites, and through the Spirit, man. That's why you're having all these anti-Semitic attacks. Is because one, you're not Jake, and two, these base Edomites are finding out that you run everything, man.
And you done fucking finesse them out of their blessing.
Yeah, so you dug your own grave, man. We're simply out here just alerting the masses of what's going on.
We're just the trumpet, you know.
Uh-huh.
We're the horn.
So Matthew 5 and 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Who is hungering and thirsting after righteousness, man? The remnant of Israel, beginning with the elect men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You see? That's what we're doing, man. We're hungering and thirsting after righteousness. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High.
Right.
Verse 10.
Yeah, so if you're the peacemakers, but you're out there wearing bulletproof vests,
Exactly.
what kind of peacemaker are you, man?
Or you're supposed to be the peacemakers, but you over there constantly bombing people in the Middle East, but you're supposed to be the peacemakers. You know? So verse 10.
And that goes for us too. It's truth, man. Edomites or do any of these things that they're accusing us of. Because if you see anybody do that, man, then what they're doing has nothing to do with being a Hebrew Israelite.
I tell you what, though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You see? And the scripture also tell you what, if at all possible, be at peace with all men. You see, even our enemies we get along with, man, because we know this ain't our kingdom, man. So we move wise as serpents, harmless as doves. You see? So Matthew chapter 5 verse 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. For whose name's sake? Yahushua, man. Not for no damn Jesus Christ. You see? Ain't nobody about to be persecuted for no Jesus Christ, man. That's what Esau wants you, Jake said. Esau wants you in them harlot houses calling upon Jesus Christ because he knows that keep you separated from your power, man. You see?
And those are those fake churches he's referring to.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I did the whole houses. Verse 12, rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they.
So he's telling you this, man, to warn you that the world is going to persecute you, man. You're going to get persecuted. You're going to be called a terrorist. You're going to be called all sorts of different names and attacked simply for this ministry, man. We ain't doing nothing wrong. And this is something that, you know, it ain't new to brothers, man. You know, to be attacked. Because first it happens to you, what, with your family? Then it happens to you just with everybody. You know, because then you start pushing on a bigger level. Now it's to the point, man, where the entire world, I mean, Vocab's Malone entire ministry has went from pushing Jesus Christ to pushing against the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
And all of his media and things, man, a lot of them are false anyway.
And it shows you that you can't do nothing against this truth. Even when you try to go against it, it's only for the truth. Because when Vocab is switching his ministry up on just purely against the Hebrew Israelites, now that's showing, hey, we're hated by them. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, there is no there is no such thing as bad publicity. All you're doing, you keep harping on the Hebrew Israelites.
Now you have to answer for that.
Now you got people in Jake's curious.
Who are these Hebrew Israelites? Look them up.
You got Jakes and Edomites going.
You have more people waking up.
You got Jakes and Edomites going. The Jakes that's meant to return back and repent unto the Most High, they're being sealed. The Edomites that they're coming to get that condemnation, man.
They're getting scared.
For us to let them know through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that they have great judgment coming for what they have done to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. So you can do nothing against the truth but for it, man.
No matter how hard you try, man.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Because go ahead.
You're good, brother. I was just saying, like I was saying, man. He just got done doing that video talking about how the guy that went into the synagogue stabbing people was affiliated with the Black Hebrew Israelites, and then the news came out and said that he wasn't. Now you don't see Vocab Alone doing a video. Hey, sorry, this guy doesn't belong to the Black Hebrew Israelites, or nothing like
Esau,
that.
you're done, man. You know,
because just like the others was calling you, man, you a fucking agent, man, and they smelled your ass a mile away. Now it's being made manifest that that's all you were set up to do was try to tie us with being terrorists, man. But the shit that you trying to say these Bud Out Jakes is doing, that has nothing to do with us, man. But we can go back into your history and pull up a whole rap sheet of wickedness that you have committed against the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
A whole laundry list.
A whole lot, and we can be here for years pulling out your bullshit, man.
And that's only what we know about.
And that's good at
hiding this.
Yeah, exactly. That's all, and that's just what we know about, man. That's just what we can find on Google, man. You see?
This is a bad time to be an Edomite.
That was it, man.
You know?
Yeah. Shit, it was always a bad time to be an
Yeah, you
Edomite.
thought Black Wall Street was the bad time.
Right. Well, now, because, when the Edomites come across this truth, now they're like, oh, shit.
Yo, and that's why these
motherfuckers got the truth.
And the thing is, and that's why these devils are mad at these so-called Jews, because now they're waking up to the fact that they're Edomites, and this was their blessing, this was their kingdom, and they got finessed out of it, man. Because the damn Amalekites hoarded all the wealth. Your ass is living in the hood beside Jake, but it's supposed to be your kingdom, man. You see? Your ass is, you all here living in houses compacted together. You ain't got no type of backyard, no type of nothing. But you got the Rothschilds and all those international banking families over there living in the lap of luxury, got estates. You know what I'm saying? Acres and acres of land, and your ass is over here living in a ghetto with a job. You know what I'm saying? You Edomites in your kingdom, man. You see? You done for, man.
Let me bring this up.
You got it, bro.
This is continuing on Matthew 24 and 12, or 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, which that's already been happening, for a long time here in Babylon. And verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, so you got all these Christian churches talking about love. We all love you. We love, but they got no balance. You got bitterness and love. Let's show you that these Christians are bugged out.
And then they always talking about love this and love that, but you got Christians on Vocab's comment board talking about, we should take their children away. We should kill these men, this and that. We should get them off the street. That don't sound like love to me.
That's their true colors coming out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Esau's showing his true colors because we're revealing who he is.
Yup.
You know?
I got a piece up for you.
Come. Let me keep bringing this one. This is 13. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. That's dealing with the elect, And verse 14.
Matter of fact, if I can speak on that word endure, when you go into that word endure, in the Greek, it goes into persevere all things that come your way for Yahweh Shai's sake, man. That's what that word endure goes into. To persevere all things that may come your way. Even this persecution that's coming from Esau, man. We have to eat that shit like a man and just walk through it, just like Yahweh Shai did, man. That's why Yahweh Shai came and was in the flesh, the same flesh that we in, the same flesh that we can touch. Yahweh Shai had the same type of body, man. And he endured it where he's at. Where is he at right now, man? On the right hand of the Most High. So that's why he said, he that endureth unto the end, the same should be saved. Not one that he starts and stops halfway through, man. Because, in all honesty, it ain't even got hot yet.
Or not a T.D. Jakes who changes his message, where he's supposedly preaching this gospel, and then all of a sudden he's softened up to homosexuality.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Them niggas
that's not enduring, This is verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
Hey,
and
so
then,
what's Vocab doing by publicizing the Hebrew Israelites? With that again?
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
Man, these scoffers are through, man. Anything that you do, anything that Esau does, man, Donald Trump Space Force. This is all fulfilling prophecy, man.
So
you might think it's for your will, man, but it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
And you in the trick bag, Esau. Everywhere you move, the Most High has your ass cornered, man.
Yep. Esau likes to shoot guns so bad, man. All you're doing is just lining yourself up like a domino for the perfect shot down the middle, man.
Yep. And the thing is, man, like we said, whatever you Edomites do from here on out, all it does is pushes us forward to receiving our kingdom, man. You see, you're working in our benefit, actually. By you coming to persecute us, you working in our benefit.
You're just speeding up the process. You know? Let me read this whole thing together. This is 14 again. And this gospel, I'll take some more. And then the water. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right. No, some wine. so that's what it is, man. You know, that's why we know these last days are among us. You know, and Esau's time is running short. That's right. You know, every day we wake up is a day closer to the end of Esau's kingdom. You know. Go ahead. Bring it up.
Pull me up the definition of terrorist. Yep. I just want to see what it says. This is the Acts 17:6. And you know, I brought this out at camp because we're kind of, you know, on a similar topic at a couple points, but it reads, and when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city. So, you know, Jason was just, you know, one of the members of the body, man, one of the members of the congregation. It says, crying, these that have turned, and this just further shows you, man, that we're living in the time of Acts. All right. So they took these men, these Israelites, and they were crying. These that have turned the world upside down are come hither also. And why is it that they're referring to them as men who have turned the world upside down? Because they're basically teaching a different governmenting body, man, a whole different system compared to what Esau has on the planet. Esau has turned everything upside down, and that's all you know. So you see it in your eyes as what's right side up. But really what it is, man, is we're turning all that back the right way, which will be right side up. And in the eyes of the world, man, everything's being flipped around by us. But going on, it says, and you know, I don't even say us, man, but by the Spirit and power of Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. It says, whom Jason had received, and these all do contrary to the decrees of Caesar. You see, this is all they were able to get the Israelites on, man. They weren't able to get them and say, hey, these guys are beating people up and stabbing people in the streets. No, they were saying that these guys, let me read again, it says, do contrary to the decrees of Caesar, saying that there is another king, one Yahushai. So they were deemed terrorists, man. Mm-hmm. That not only were they saying there's going to be another king, but everything that they have is going to be turned upside down. Your entire governmental body that Esau has created is going to be changed, man.
And Esau, Donald J. Trump, he's been flirting with that notion about taking away that amendment of freedom of speech, you know. Mm-hmm. And the main reason is for the Hebrew Israelites.
Yep.
You know? Cause he's not going to come out and say that, but that's what that main reason why he wants, because Esau knows that, hey, this is detrimental to his kingdom.
Yeah, because they didn't have that during the time of the Acts. They couldn't say, oh, I have my amendment of freedom of speech. But now that
that's Yahweh that gave us that ability to do that here in Babylon.
And that's, you know? And that's showing that you Edomites is in the trip bag, man. How the fuck can you? Why would you set up freedom of speech and just have us? I don't know how it wasn't of you, man. It was of the Most High. You know, that freedom of speech that was made for the prophets, man. That wasn't made for you fucking people of America, man. That was made for the men of the Lord, so we can do what we do through the Spirit of Yahweh.
Wasn't even made for you. Black Lives Matter.
And not only that, Esau was a calculated move when he so-called freed the slaves, which he never really did. You know, but it was a calculated move because he thought that this truth wouldn't come to pass. He didn't think this spirit was going to flow, you know, 400 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Because it was illegal for us to read in slavery, but after we got into slavery, we was going to school, we was reading, and now, like I said, man, you in the trip bag of the Most High. You see, you did the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
Because you know Esau sat back in those times, you know, during the Abraham Lincoln's times, you know, saying, hey, I think it's okay to free these guys. You know, they don't know who they are. They don't know that they're Israelites.
Yeah, so any of your Edomites' accomplishments, man, that was all the accomplishments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
It was a calculated move by Esau, and all at the end is the will of Yahweh.
I got a precept for what you just read about turning the world upside down.
Let me get that definition out.
This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Because the world's upside down, man.
Yep.
the everything that's wicked is being called good. You see a video of a mom filming her 5-year-old daughter shaking her ass twerking, and that's something that's seen good in the world. People getting likes, all sorts of different
Look
things.
at all the praise Dwayne Wade's getting right now for his accepting his gay son.
Yep.
You know,
and then you had
he calling his son his fucking daughter now, man.
Oh, okay, yeah, he calling him a she in interviews.
Who's it?
Dwayne Wade.
The
Basketball player.
Oh,
Not
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade, you know that's how you know the brother's been in the spirit a long time.
but Salaki, read that again, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
And then that's what I was gonna say. Then you had the thing with the woman that made the Harry Potter books. She went and co-signed to something that somebody was saying about against transgenders, and people were talking about burning her books. You see, so
she was against the transgender.
Yeah, she was against it. She was against it.
She came back and she was good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what she did. Yeah,
she probably was.
Yeah, she came up and did a public apology.
Yeah.
So she was more righteousness than the guy T.D. Jakes.
Hold up.
Who was saying, hey, I'm kind of accepting homosexuality.
And then you got this nigga Eddie Murphy who just come out of no fucking where.
Right.
After all these years, shit, I ain't seen that motherfucker since Nutty Professor 3.
God.
You know what I'm saying? And he just come out of the woodwork. Now he got the Dolomite movie. He nominated for a Golden Globe. Now this motherfucker doing interviews talking about, he looked back at his old stand-up and the jokes he was making about homosexuality and make him cringe, because if you go back and watch some old stand-ups about Eddie Murphy, he was just there, you fucking faggots this, you faggots that. Now he's coming out in the media talking about, I apologize, it makes me cringe when I look at these things. You see, because he's on the side of these.
He's been pushed
With
out.
the
people,
spirit,
man.
He's been pushed out.
That's the spirit, because for whatever reason, I watched like 4 or 5 interviews with Eddie Murphy on Arsenio Hall, and I'm pretty sure those 2 dudes hooked up, because they were acting super gay. Like if you go back and watch some old interviews with Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy, they're acting super feminine in their little interviews, and that's the spirit you brought that out.
That's the spirit
he probably was a homosexual and did some wicked ass shit to get to where he's at. You know?
And that's the only way you can. And that's what you Jakes don't understand, man. All you Jakes running around talking about you want to be rappers and entertainers and actors and shit. You don't understand that you got to bend over and take it in your ass from this damn devil to even make it any type of way in the entertainment industry, man. That's why you have these damn one-hit wonders. You might have a Jake that put out a song that should be hit, like this dude Jay Holiday. He had a couple good hit songs. He just fell off the map, man. Because it probably got to a level they wanted him to do some wicked shit. He was like, no, I'm not doing that. Fell off the map. You know what I'm saying?
He was kind of the one who fell off. They killed him because he was putting a halt to what the Illuminati was on him. Yeah, not to Tupac, because he was wicked. But I'm just saying, to an extent.
But look at Kanye.
Kanye,
Jay-Z, all them niggas is wicked, and what are they doing, man? They're putting that darkness for light, man. You see, they're binding to that do as thou wilt spirit, man.
Exalting Jesus Christ.
Everything that we're pushing, man. If you want to go on social media, you'll find the complete opposite.
Damn right. Damn right. I just finished this out real quick. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And just like I was telling you earlier, you had this nigga Al Sharpton meeting up with these damn rabbis from what is that motherfucker place? No, the rabbis are up there in New York. The one that just had the one that people was getting stabbed up with a machete. You had Al Sharpton meet with the rabbis of that place in New York to do what, man? To come against this truth. Why else would this damn so-called black leader?
He's a sellout.
Yeah. Why else would this so-called black leader go up there to have back and forth with these rabbis, man? Because they about to put him on game. Hey, we need you to come out and speak against the Hebrew Israelites. You know?
And it's going to deceive the weak, you know? It's going to deceive the 2/3, because you 2/3 and you heathen are easy to deceive, you know?
Yep.
The only ones that can't be deceived are the elect.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead, pull that out.
The definition of a terrorist. It says, a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims.
Right. So that's where they're deeming to put us under that banner, man.
And all we're doing is preaching the word.
And really looking at this definition, we don't really fit this bill, except for maybe the intimidation part. You know?
Yeah,
And the thing is, it ain't even us intimidating. It's the spirit of the Most High.
God, it's the scriptures.
Let me get this. Verse 8, it says, again, this is Acts 17 and 8. And they troubled the people and the rulers of the city when they heard these things. So you see, when they were out, speaking the words of the Most High, which was turning the known world that Esau had set up upside down, according to their eyes, right, their perspective, it was troubling to them. It was found troubling not only to the people, but the rulers of the city were troubled.
It's still going? All right. So we good.
So like it going on, it says, when they heard these things, and when they had taken security of Jason and of the other, they let them go. So you see, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man, they had nothing that they could actually get these guys in trouble for, man, other than accusations. Oh, they're saying this, they're saying that, they're doing this and doing that. Well, where's the proof, man?
Even when you go to the account of the Apostle Paul, when they was bringing him almost in front of the Romans, they was trying to demonize him and bring all these false accusations. And even in Edomite was saying, I see no reason for this man to be bound or even to be put to death. The same thing was said about Yahweh Shai. The same thing. All the men of the Lord, all the men of the Lord, they're faultless, they're blameless, man. There's nothing you can bring against us but false accusations, man.
And that reminds me of the elders. In 2001 after 9/11, it's well known that the elders were put in jail, because of their testimony, and they were trying to deem them terrorists back in 2001, and here we are, on the eve of 2020, so how much more are these heathen gonna, the Esau gonna, bring his wrath upon us, Yeah.
That was it. That's all I had.
I got this. This is Matthew 24 and 22. Now let's go to 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
Exactly what was spoken of in Jeremiah, man.
Daniel 12 and 1 is the same thing over and over again, man.
No, nor ever shall be.
So this time this time that we're coming into, man, this time of Jacob's trouble, nothing that happened on the planet Earth compares to this time. That's how great this journey is about to be, man. You see, the flood don't even compare to the time of Jacob's trouble. And I had a dream about a flood a couple nights ago, man. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was terrifying. Can you imagine that? It's raining and it's just raining and raining and raining, and it's at your knees, it's at your midsection, it's up to your chest, now it's up to your neck, and now you actually swimming, and it keeps going, man. Can you imagine that? Now imagine all the hell that the Most High is about to bring upon this place in this time, man. You see?
With fire, with the balance. The water and now the fire.
And you people don't understand, man. This time that we're coming in, this is not a fucking joke, man. This is not a game. You Jakes that's playing around, man. We don't want no parts of the Most High's wrath, man. That's why we out here making our bodies a living sacrifice in hopes to receive that salvation and protection, man. You got some more on that?
Yep. This is Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
That's how bad it's gonna get, man. That the Most High is gonna have to shorten the days, man.
And He already has done that, brother. That's why these weeks just fly by, man. Even your days off, you like, boom, it's gone.
Time to get ready to work.
Gone. It shall show. 22. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
For whose sake?
The elect's sake.
For the world's sake.
The elect's sake.
See, it's all about the elect of Israel, man. And that's what you people see that they can't grasp, man. Yeah, you read these scriptures, while you understanding what you're reading, everything that's written was written for the learning of the elect, man. You see? All you Christians are reading these scriptures. Even this dumbass vocab alone, man. He's reading Revelation 21. That's talking about all nations. But when you keep reading down further, it tells you that the kingdom of heaven is only for the 12 tribes of Israel, man. You see, and all that make a lie or an abomination, you have no part in the kingdom of heaven, man. That's going for you Edomites.
God, and I got a precept just showing you that the only people that matter are the elect.
Yup.
This is John 17:9. This is Yahushua speaking in the red letter. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them.
And who was given unto Yahushua, man? The elect of Israel, man. The 144,000, 12,000 men for each of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, man. You see?
And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world.
See?
Showing you that the prophets are still here, man.
Yep.
You know, and you people don't want to believe that the men of Israel are prophets, you know. Y'all don't have no faith because the Christianity and all the other false doctrines have dumbed you down. You know, but I'm going to read that again so you could sink in your head that the prophets are here and alive and well, you know. It says, St. John 17:11, and now I am no more in the world, speaking of Yahushua, but these are in the world. And I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are.
And when it means, when it says that the Most High and Yahushua one, it doesn't mean it's the same person, because that cuts what he just read cuts that doctrine that the Most High and Yahushua are the same person. Who would he be praying to if they were the same person? Well, he's down praying to himself in the heavens. What? That don't make no sense.
There are many scriptures that cut that notion. You know, that's a Christianity, false lie, blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. You know?
I got a precept for you though. Oh, if you have some more, you got it.
No, that was gonna make a point, but it kind of slipped my mind. But yeah, you said because we're actually not one, but actually today, you know, is a good example of us being one.
Yeah.
You know, and not only this camp, but you know, if you go on to YouTube right now, like we were talking before we started this live feed, that hey, there's a lot of prophets right now online on this eve of destruction for 2020.
And when when it means when it says so they can be one as we are one, meaning what? In the same mindset, man.
On one accord.
On one accord, man. And that's what we at with it. We on one accord with the Heavenly Father. We're on one accord with the only begotten Son, man. You see, to do the will of the Heavenly Father, man. For the Most High's will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's the one accord, man.
God, because the men of this truth, you know, when we're out, when we watch the other brothers' videos from other cities, or our own brothers from our city, and they're bringing out these scriptures, we're on one accord. We're not sitting there like, oh, I don't agree with that part.
No.
I don't agree with what he's saying. No, but that's what the heathen and the 2/3 do. You know, they'll tell you, oh yeah, I believe in God, but I don't believe in this part of the Bible. Yeah. I don't believe in this.
Well, that's just a man's interpretation. Oh man.
Hey, we're compared to a body, man. If you got your body trying to operate and your foot don't want to listen, you ain't gonna be able to walk anywhere, man.
Yeah.
You gotta cut that shit off. That's why we don't be doing these joint camps, these little unity camps.
How you gonna be in unity with somebody if you got a different doctrine? They ain't fucking unity.
Then this guy comes out and says something. The mark of the beast is an embargo. What do you expect? To sit there and hold hands with him?
Yeah, exactly.
God, that's that body member you got to cut off, you know. Yep. And Christians can't get that understanding, you know. They're like literally thinking you got to cut your hand off, because if you sin with your hand, cut it off. If you sin with your eyes, pop them out, you know.
I got Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, and this is going into that prayer. How shall I pray for the elect? Now listen to Wisdom of Solomon 3. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torments touch them. And the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. Yep. So that's you got it.
The sight of the unwise, their departure is taken for misery, man. There's judgment. You see, when the righteous are removed, man, or give up the ghost, we know that we're going to see him again in the chariot, man. But for the wicked, it's simply just judgment, man. I mean, for really anybody, it's judgment. But the wicked are going to pay, man. And go ahead, brother. I got a precept to follow you up on that.
And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. And talking about the righteous. When these people see us being persecuted, when they seeing brothers being beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh Shah, for the word of God, they're like, why don't you just guys just be into their will? Why don't you just guys just do what they tell you to do?
It looks like it's wickedness.
Yeah. But we are made to not fold, man. We're made to follow the man whithersoever he goes, man. You see? Verse 4, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
These are the characteristics of the elect, man. To be punished in the sight of men,
Yep.
to be got up and beheaded in the sight of men, to be put out, man. And what you're gonna have the world doing is looking at it like the brother was explaining earlier, like something that these men are wicked. I mean, you have little kids watching this, throwing things at the men of the elect.
Yep.
Right, just follow an example of what the world is doing around them, man.
God, and showing you that those men in the churches and these televangelists, they don't fit the characteristics, man. Because people ain't scoffing and mocking them and persecuting them.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But you 2/3 in heathen. You're too big. You're so much in so much darkness and slumber. There you go, following these death angels. You know.
Basically. Verse 5, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. So that's what the righteous is, man. That's what the men of the Lord are. We are burnt offerings for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man.
God.
You see?
And the reason why it says little chastised is because me, myself, I'm 43 years old. What's 43 years compared to eternity?
Exactly, bro.
You know, that's a small chastisement.
That's what did the Apostle Paul say, man? For our affliction, which is but for a moment, man. This is but for a moment, like the brother said, compared to eternity. This shit don't amount to nothing. All we have to do is continue to endure through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. We're going to be good to go, man. That's why it says the righteous hope is full of immortality, man. That's what we're hoping on, because we know that this is not the end, man. We know from the account left of Yahweh Shah that there is life after this life, man. You know?
Even if we, go through Jacob's trouble for 10 years, that ain't shit, man. You know? That's a little chastisement, man.
So going on, verse 6.
Reward.
My bad.
No, you good.
Verse 6. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. In the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. You see?
Read that part again. They shall what?
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 8. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. You see?
That's what we're doing right now by learning these scriptures. We're able to discern and judge these nations. Not just the nation of Israel, but all the nations.
And it's going to be a full effect in the kingdom of heaven. When we have the law, statutes, and commandments in our minds, we're going to be the judges of the earth, man. We're bringing forth true judgment, righteous judgment, man, according to the what? To the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
And you ain't going to have all these soft Israelites saying, oh, you're wicked for doing that to that.
Because they're going to be in their right mind following, man.
Because that's the right way. Like I said earlier, man, we might say some things that might sound crazy to you, but that's because the world that you live in is upside down.
Exactly.
Even though it looks to you right side up, that's all you know.
So when we tell you that fact is supposed to be put to death, y'all hear that, y'all get emotional. But the scriptures tell you that's what's supposed to happen. That's the righteous judgment. For homos,
you can't have that wickedness in the camps, in the nation.
Or when we tell you that we're going to rule over all nations, what do they say? Read that one more time.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 8. They shall judge the nations, have dominion over the people.
What's that sound like? If I'm judging the nations, all the nations, and having dominion over those people, go ahead.
And their Lord shall reign forever.
And our master is going to reign forever. What's that sound like? We're going to rule over the nations, man.
We're going to be in rulership in the kingdom of heaven, man. We're not doing this to hold hands with you, heathen, and just like Esau is doing in his kingdom, man. Hell no. You're going to be up under our rule, man. What we say goes, man. You see? Verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect. You see that? Let me know it's all about the elect, man.
So does this mean that Esau's our enemies are going to be forgiven too, man, and that they're gonna have a time to be able to take in the fruits of heaven.
I got a piece of the.
There's going to be order in the kingdom.
I answer that question with this next verse.
God.
Yeah. Verse 10, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord.
God, who have neglected the righteous, showing you that those ungodly were once at rulership, man. If somebody small is neglecting somebody, then it don't really matter. If I go neglect somebody of high stature, man, then he ain't gonna care. He's just gonna replace me.
You have someone else?
Yeah. At Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also, whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
So all nations came from Adam because out of Adam came Noah. Go ahead up.
Because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Right, for our sakes, the Israelites' sakes.
What does Christianity say? It's for everybody.
So it's just a clean cut, even though they want to make their little songs. Father Abraham has many sons, and I'm one of them, and so are you.
Well,
that ain't the case, man.
That's what the scriptures say.
It's a cold world, and Esau's going to drink off the same cup we've been drinking off.
Esau's world is very cold.
And now he's
Esau
being
ain't showed
revealed.
none.
God.
And has likened abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Right. The abundance, not one of them, but the abundance
The
of
whole set
the whole
of the
shebang.
heathen. All 17 other nations.
Lump Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
But yet there was a wicked and there was a righteous.
Yep.
Lump, vessel, I should say.
Yep.
God, we know.
And now, O Lord.
This is known information during the time of the prophets, man. It wasn't until these Edomites, these Greeks, and these Romans came into power that they said, "Oh no, you guys are the strangers, but we accept you anyway."
Why do you think they took this book out that he's reading out of the Holy Bible? Because it's got all the dirt on them.
It reveals too much, man. That's why when we bring it out, people don't understand that this is part of the Bible. Because when you go into the beginning of the Apocrypha, it tells you some readers might not understand it, but for 200 years this was a part of the Bible. Then they took it out because what? Esau was being revealed, and they wanted to hide that, man.
God. And that's
because the Apocrypha names, man. They say Alexander the Great, all that, man.
I was just gonna say that.
Have begun to be lords over us and to devour us, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn,
the Israelites, the rod of his inheritance. Go ahead.
Thy only begotten and thy favored lover, fervent lover, Shalakia, are given unto their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we?
Yeah, he's asking the question. Why in the hell do we got these goddamn base of man rolling over us? These guys that Job was talking about, he wouldn't even let his dogs lay down next to, are rolling over us.
Because Esau would be somewhere trying to lick the dog ass.
Yep.
Nasty ass devil.
Why?
Kissing them on their mouths all the time.
Yep.
Kissing dogs on their mouths.
Oh man,
it's gross.
Why do we not possess an inheritance in the world? How long shall this endure?
What happened to our inheritance, man? We once had an inheritance in the world, but now you don't see us standing up there with the UN.
Yep.
You don't see.
God.
And them nations that might be up there, they're bought by Esau, man. They ain't there to do nothing for the people, man. They do that they're there to do the bidding of Esau, man.
Yep.
God.
Jake, you have no power in this kingdom.
No power. And it's set up like that for a reason. This is Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Yahweh's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. You see? That lets you know that the Most High is only dealing with the Israelites, man. So you people can kill it with all that, oh, God loves everybody. That ain't what the scriptures say, man. That's your own vain imagination, man. The scriptures say otherwise, and that's what we're dealing with, what's written in these scriptures. The true understanding of the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
And that's why you're worthy to get destroyed in that nuclear fire, because we live in the information age, and you still are stuck on stupid.
Oh, man. I gotta just to bring out something real quick. What you just said. This is Daniel chapter 12. Daniel chapter 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. You see that?
And he's not talking about many shall be purified and made white skin. No, meaning white, being purified, being sanctified through His Holy Spirit in righteousness.
Let me grab this one to follow that up. This is Isaiah 26 and verse 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. Yet he will not learn righteousness, man. So the brother just read that none of the wicked shall understand. They won't be able to get it, man.
Nah, so this is the question though. Now, since we talk about the wicked, now see this the spirit is shifting gears once again. Who is the wicked according to the Bible, man? That's the question. That's the question that has to be answered, man. Everything can be answered by these scriptures. So let's get you to understand.
Before you read that one, let me bring this out to hammer this home about the Israelites are the special people.
Okay,
all right. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For this is dealing with the Israelites, the so-called black man, so-called Native American man, and the so-called Hispanic man. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So out of all nations, out of the 18 nations, the Most High chose one, the nation of Israel. The rest of the other nations, the 17 other nations,
spittle.
You are spittle unto the Most High, man. When you spit on the ground, you spit and keep it moving, man. To never to see that shit again. Oh, baby, let me pick it up and put it in my pocket.
No matter if it came out of the same mouth.
Yeah, come on, man. That nigga blow the fuck out, man. He like, see, that's where you lost me. Well, nigga, it wasn't for you, man.
Yeah.
You see, because they say that.
It's like telling somebody, hey, you just spilled a drop out of your soda. Oh, it's all right. It's just a drop. Well, it came out of the drop where the rest of the soda was. You need to pick it up.
This goes right into it, man. Malachi 1 and 1. The burden of the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains.
He hates the so-called white man.
Yep. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah have indignation forever. So it lets us know who the wicked is right there in Malachi 1 and 4, man. Esau, Edom shall be called the border of wickedness. So when you read about the wicked in the Bible, remember?
You're talking about, when you read about the wicked in the Bible,
it's talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man.
And even his encyclopedia online declares that he's Edom, all right? Because if you look up the word Edom on Wikipedia, and you click on the religion tab, it tells you that Edom was the Roman Empire who became the Europeans. Right?
This is a book, and Elder Malcolm put me up on this. You know what I'm saying?
Eventually came the Americans.
Going into the.
That's a good book.
William Beeston, the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomite.
Khan, show that up to the camera.
Khan. This is the book right here, man, and this is Esau scholars letting you know that the Romans were Edomites, man.
Khan.
You see?
Turn it around, it's upside down.
No, that's right. It's right, bro.
Oh,
it's just backwards on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just backwards on the screen. But it lets you know that the Edomites are the Romans, man. You know? So that lets you know what? Who are the Romans, man? So-called white people. The same people that's ruling America to this day, letting us know what? That you people who dwell here in America are the Edomites, man. And we're here to let you know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah.
You ain't shit.
You got me fired up on Esau.
That's all right.
That you Edomites have a great judgment coming from the Lord, man, for what you have done unto his chosen people. All the rape, robbery, murder, all the atrocities that you have committed against the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have a great judgment coming from the Almighty Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. And that's what's written in the scriptures. That's why you Edomites want to hide behind being Americans. You want to hide behind being South Africans and Europeans and Australians and Russians. Romans. All that bullshit, man. No, you are the Edomites according to the Bible, man. You see? You damn Spaniards. You Amalekites dwelling over there in the land of Israel, you are Edomites, man. You see?
God, that's why the Edomite has so many aliases, man.
Exactly. He a fugitive, man.
He don't want to be called his name.
That's what you had. Like, he like a fucking spy. When you go watch some spy movies like The Bourne, shit, he'll have all these passports. You know what I'm saying? They have different identities, so nobody can figure out who he is. Yeah. You know? That's you Edomites, man. You are fugitives in the earth, man. Hiding from who you truly are. But we're here to let you know through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai that you cannot run, man. Everything that you have done unto us has been recorded, man. It has been seen by the holy angels, man, and they reported it back to the Most High.
And whether you call yourself Greek, Roman, French, Spanish, Irish, whatever Edomite, whatever you want to call yourself, your spirit always bears witness to who you are, right? Because you're a weak ass demon. You know.
Quick set. Psalms 58, verse 3: the wicked are strayed from the womb; they go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. Their poison is like poison of a serpent. They are like death at that stoppeth her ear.
You see, they like the death out of that stoppeth their ears. We're telling you the truth. We're telling you who you truly are. We're telling you your judgment that's coming, but you stop your ears and you don't want to hear it. You want to go into the scriptures and try to make it fit your agenda, man. You want to make it fit and make you feel good. No, man. That's not what's written in the scriptures. It's something good to look forward to, man.
That's why they try to say, oh, the Edomites are done away with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Y'all not done away with me. Y'all still here.
Every nation is still here.
You got it, bro.
You know?
Just this last
all
one.
18.
This is verse 5, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
Talking about the men of the Lord, man. You don't want to hear what we got to say. You want us to bullshit and beat around the bush, man. You want us to stop, and that's why you want to come up against this truth, because you want us to stop demonizing you according to the scriptures, man. You see? You want to demonize us, but you have nothing on us, man. But we can go into these scriptures and pull out and fix all your history through these scriptures, man. And tell you what's going to happen for what you have done unto the Israelites, man.
God, you can't oppress the men of the Lord anymore because we understand this truth.
Hey,
you know, we've been given this truth.
Well, y'all shall say, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Boom.
Yep.
You see?
We're free now. I'm going to bring this out real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:14. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with the tempest.
Going in the moment, man.
And passeth away as a remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day.
Like you was never here. You have your rulership, your kingdom, man. This is but for a moment, because at the end of the day, it ain't going for eternity, man. It ain't even last the whole day in the sight of the Most High. What does the Most High say, man? Day is like 1,000 years unto him, man. You see, no, one day is 1,000 years unto the Most High. You ain't made it a whole day yet, man. You see, your kingdom ain't made it 1,000 years, man.
And Esau, you're just making a quick cameo, because pretty soon you're gonna be an afterthought.
Oh, can we get that? Can we get that?
Oh, I got it lined up.
Oh, what you got?
No. You can get that too, though.
All right, try.
You're just making a cameo, Esau, because you're gonna be done away with altogether. And once these prophecies are fulfilled.
We can pull a lot of scriptures on that. Matter of fact, fuck it. New Year's of destruction.
Bring it out.
You want me to hit this out? You got more?
Go ahead. You can. I can come back to this.
Go ahead, but I'll
okay. But this is Wisdom of Solomon 5:15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward is also is with Yahweh, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom.
Right, their reward is with who? With
the Most High. With
the Most High, and not with your boss. All right. So what you doing worrying about work for? All right. It ain't with your children. Your children, your reward, man.
You got 2/3 words, Esau's ass up in his kingdom, you know.
Yep, just burdens, just like how Shai said, cast ye your burdens upon me. All right, we're in the time of 20, man. This is the time to snap up, to shape up, and truly concentrate on Yahweh Shem Shai, and everything else will line up the way that it needs to, man.
Because we're on the eve of 2020, man. This is about to get real, you know. And then remember, judgment starts out in the, this is Solomon 5:16. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand, for which his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them.
Glorious kingdom, man, being the kingdom of heaven.
Kind.
All right, finally, are we going to receive a moment of rest?
And that right hand that we're going to be protected by is Yahweh Shai and those chariots.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. You got it. You have some more?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Either one.
I'm going to keep going on Isaiah 26. I'm gonna start at verse 10 again. It says, let favor be showed unto the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of the upright will he deal unjustly. See, that's why we can't have Esau in the kingdom of heaven, man. In the land of the upright will he deal unjustly. And this shows you that he won't be there. If you're going to have people dealing unjustly in the kingdom of heaven, it wouldn't be the kingdom of heaven, man.
Because the thing is, Esau, why would Esau be in the kingdom when he going to be in the corner so he tucked off, trying to eat some pork, trying to do some homo shit?
Trying to deal unjustly.
Yeah. He can't be, man. He can't. All the brothers going live. He can't, righteousness and wickedness can't coexist, man. You know?
It says, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. Yahweh, when thy hand is lifted up, and you see that, and it will not behold the majesty of Yahweh, man. So they ain't even gonna see the whole beauty held within the kingdom, man. Within Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is what shows me that they ain't gonna be able to be in space either, man. Esau this whole time has been trying to build his master plan to go colonize the heavens, but see, that's our blessing, man. Esau is never going to be able to have a hand in that. It says, but they shall see and be ashamed for their envy. You see that, man? Esau has, you have all these Jakes envying Esau, right? Going and getting their hair dyed blonde and blue contacts in and trying to adopt and learn all their customs, man, while celebrating their holidays. But yet, Esau is going to be envying us in the kingdom, man. And that's the proper way that it should be. That's right side up. It says, yeah, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. Yahweh will not, thou will ordain peace for us, for thou also hast wrought all of our works in us. O Yahweh, our power. Other lords besides thee have had dominion over us. But by thee only will we make mention of thy name.
But by thee only will we make mention of thy name, because we only serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's what the remnant is doing, man. The remnant has finally woken the fuck up and understood our disobedience has cast us low, man. To now that we have the basis of man over us, man. And now we understand and know that by our obedience unto the Most High, that's how we come back, man. You see? By calling upon the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. You know? And that's it. No fucking Jesus Christ. No Virgin Mary. No Buddha. No Shiva. No whatever you Jakes is into. Put it away, man, because it doesn't profit you.
God. And what were you reading? You said something about Esau, Jacob being the heathen? Let me bring this out. This is during Jacob's trouble. It says, this is 2nd Esdras 2:27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, meaning Jacob's trouble, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith Yahweh. You know, these heathen, especially right now, if you're an Edomite, you should be envying the Israelites. You know what I'm saying?
If you
Because
ain't right now, you will be soon.
Yo.
that's gonna come to pass.
God.
You better believe it. Oh yeah.
Cause, and what that's going into, like he said, Jacob's trouble. When all hell is breaking loose, the men of the Lord is gonna be taken care of, man. We ain't gonna be out here skinny as fuck like you people gonna be. You ain't gonna be in 8 weeks. The men of the Lord gonna be eating, looking fat. You know what I'm saying? Like
you may have a chariot drop some manna in your backyard or something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like the dream Joseph had about the 7 fat cows and the 7 lean
Yeah.
cows.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you heathen, and 2/3 of you just gonna be them 7 lean cows, man. The remnant's gonna be them fat cows, man. Out here fed by the. What does the Most High say? My servant shall eat. My servants shall drink, man. You see?
Yeah, you may have seen the prophets being persecuted by the heathen to death, but you never read about a prophet starving to death. You know what I'm saying?
Never. And this prophet died of famine. Nah. Never read that. Never read that.
I got one more verse.
You got it.
This verse 14, Isaiah 26, it reads, "They are dead, they shall not live. They are deceased, they shall not rise. Therefore, thou hast visited and destroyed them, and made all their memory to perish."
That's right. Hey, you Edomites is done for, man. And we see why you wouldn't want to claim being an Edomite, man. There is nothing good written about you Edomites in these scriptures, man. If I was you, I would be doing the same thing too, man.
Not since Genesis, when they said you were a cunning hunter.
That's
going to flip, like the brother pointed out last week. You know, we're going to be the hunters.
You had some more, bro?
No, that was it, though.
I got Job 18:5. Yea, the light. Can I read all this? Damn. Job 18:5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle.
Because what's the light of the wicked, man?
Wicked.
The light is knowledge. So the light of the wicked is all of their left-handed knowledge, man. It's gonna be done for. You ain't gonna find nothing that affiliates with anything Esau was pushing on this side of the kingdom, man.
God, including their weapons. You know, like Malone was trying to get Carnal, saying he was gonna have weapons in the kingdom.
That Ezekiel 39, man. We're
God.
gonna what did it tell you? It didn't tell you we're destroying our weapons. It tells you we're destroying the weapons of Esau, man, because that's your blessing. That's Esau's blessing. So if we're destroying Esau's weapons, then why is there even going to be a need for Esau? Furthermore, evidence proving that Esau's going to be wiped out, man. Esau's going to be wiped off like a piece of somebody's booger on the floor, man.
Like an afterthought, like a guest that tarrieth before a day.
It's gonna tell you right here. Listen to this. Verse 6, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. Yep. So all that shit you trying to do against Israel, my bad. You got
I wanted to paraphrase that scripture. He that diggeth a pit shall fall therein.
Yep. You see, Edomites is all the shit you trying to do against us, like we said earlier, man. All you're doing is forwarding the kingdom of heaven, man. And then your judgment really gonna start. You see that?
Vocab Maloney's digging that ditch.
Yep,
so he's going to fall in.
His ass going to be in there with that ugly ass hat on.
Like you said, he's trying to demonize the Hebrew Israelites. Well, now people are going to be looking up the Hebrew Israelites. And then some of them are going to have enough awareness to say, hey, this is actually the truth right here.
Just like we said, the scriptures tell you can do nothing for the truth, but you can't do nothing against the truth but for it. You see, verse 8. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. And that's what's happening, man. Esau is on his feet right now because this truth is coming out, man. He is terrified of what we're telling him, man. You see? He knows that he has judgment coming, man. He's trying to do everything in his power to stop this truth. But if this be of men, it will come to naught. But since it's of the Most High, you can do nothing against it, man. You see?
Mm-hmm.
The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and it shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready inside. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. Now, who is the firstborn of death, man? Yahweh Shai. You see? Yahweh's coming back to devour the strength of Esau Edom, to kill this beast system, man. You see?
God.
Verse 14.
And he's going to be terrored on every side because, hey, all these nations hate Esau, man.
Yup. Verse 14 is out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, Yahweh Shai once again. It shall dwell in his tabernacle.
You're going to remember these names, man.
Yep.
These names are going to be remembered when you start seeing
God.
bodies hit the floor, man. The name of the terrors. What would it say? What was the title?
The King of Terrors.
God, they don't tell you that in Christianity.
Yeah.
Yo, they wouldn't even tell you that. You hear that about a king in the flesh, you're already terrified. Oh shit, the King of Terrors.
Yeah.
You talk about the Most High, the Creator of all energy, man. That the power that they go into those churches and pretend like they're worshiping.
Yep.
I got a precept to go with that.
Whatever.
Two verses in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 8. Behold, thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Woo!
Because of man's blood and of the violence of the land, of the city and all that dwell therein. Woe to him that covereth an evil covenantness to his house.
Covet and evil covetousness, man. Because that's what Esau does. Esau sees something he likes and he takes it, man. It doesn't matter if it's your house. It don't matter if it's your mom. He's going to take it and say that it was his to begin with.